So after my insane Well of Springfield collection, I decided now I'm going to do my second collection part being the Jakks specific collection, which is going to be done a bit differently. Okay, so I have 3 playsets from the 2.5-inch line of Jakks Pacific, being the Krusty Burger, which I got for Christmas, the Simpsons card that I got for my birthday, and then my Simpsons family house that I got as a graduation gift. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of randomly grab a figure, and I'm just going to kind of randomly put it either in one of the playsets or just kind of in front sitting, because some figures don't really fit with those. So yeah, like for example, let's just kind of randomly reach in. We're just going to start off with the original Homer. So either I could just put him in here, I could put him in the car if I felt like it, or I could put him on the couch, which I'm going to put him on the couch for this one. Now, there might not be as many cuts, but I'm not fully certain. So yeah. So our first figure I'm going to be showing, other than Homer, is Elisa. I don't know which one this is. I think this is my newer one I got. Here is Carl Carlson. I think that's his name at least. I don't fully know his full name, but I'm pretty sure it's Carl Carlson. This is a second Lisa with messed up legs. They're way more loose. So I just realized if I put a figure in the car, they're kind of just going to fall over. So Lisa's kind of now just laying in there. So yeah, I'm probably not going to put any of the car figures that are exclusive to the car in the car. So yeah, anyways, the next figure is Krusty Bart. Now, this one actually came from a flea mall. Brand new. I think it was like $6 apparently, according to my parents. I don't know. This is one my parents got me in I think either Georgia or Tennessee, one of those two places, when they went on vacation. So yeah, pretty cool find. And yes, I just realized that you can't really see any figures that I put in like the Krusty Burger. So yeah. Alright, the next figure is going to be Slingshot Bart. Oh my goodness, what happened to his leg? Oh no. Yeah, this is probably one of my least favorite figures from the series. I don't really care for him that much, so he's just kind of gonna sit right here because I don't really care much for him. But yeah, next up is another Bart. We have the Bart that was in the family car thing or whatever. This is a pretty cool one. I like this one. Yeah, so one of my problems with these figures is that they're really hard to stand up unless they have big feet. Like, Homer is pretty easy to stand up because he has huge feet. This is the one from the Cars playset, so he's easy to stand up. But say, like, you have Mr. Burns, his feet are extremely tiny, and he, like, is really difficult to stand up. So most likely with him, I'm just gonna have him sitting in the Krusty Burger. I think that's my best idea. Here's the Mother Nature Krusty, or Mother Nature Burger Krusty. Sadly, he doesn't have like a hat, but that's fine. I don't mind that much. He's pretty cool. Here's Maggie. Very nice. I really like the smaller figures from the series. I think that they're a lot cooler than the 5-inch ones, but of course, some people disagree. Here's probably one of the best figures that Jakks Pacific has made, being Dancing Homer, along with the original Bart. From one of my favorites to one of my least favorites, we have Marge. Now, I love Marge as like a figure. I want to have the little Playmates one, but this figure is just not very nice because it's so difficult to get in any position. Like, from her to sit on the couch, I have to have her like arms like propped backwards. And you can't even see her too. There she is. Alright, the final 3 figures include one of my very first pieces of Simpsons merch I got, being Ned Flanders. This is my very first Simpsons figure I ever got, at least in terms of like action figures. I didn't have any of the Playmates figures yet. I didn't have anything. I only had this figure and another character who will be in the next part of this series, which is going to be random stuff. And then I don't know what part 4 is going to be, if there even is a part 4. And then my final 2 figures are Prison Sideshow Bob and the very weird looking Krusty. Alright, so those are the smaller figures, but of course I also collected the 5-inch ones, which I think I'm just going to also put up here. So yeah, this might be a little messy. So I'm not keeping the playsets up here, but in terms of the 5-inch playsets, I have the little pool thing that Raging Homer came with, and then I have the coffin for Mr. Burns, which is usually where I keep my spare accessories, which has all the modern Jakks accessories, because I keep my World of Springfield accessories in a cardboard box. And as you can tell, there's quite a ton of those. I'm kind of going to speedrun through the 5-inch figures, because I really don't think these are that interesting. So yeah, we have Homer at the bat, I don't know why Playmates never made this figure. It seems like such a simple... What in the world? That's odd, but I don't know why Playmates never made this guy into a normal figure. It's kind of odd. No. Okay, I think I have him set up. Next up, we have another Homer, being the original Homer. Now, I do plan on getting the original Playmates Homer, but right now this is gonna have to do for Homers. And really, he's a nice figure. I don't have any of the accessories for these, but they're nice figures. I recommend that if you're collecting the Playmates figures, these are not half bad. I'm gonna go ahead and just get the final Homer out the way, being Raging Homer. But yeah. Alright, moving to kind of the other side. I'm gonna speedrun these. We have the very first Mr. Burns figure, not Playmates, Jakks ever made, being Vampire Mr. Burns. We have March. I don't know why do I say March? Marge. I don't know how I'm gonna get her to stand. I think I'm just gonna lean her against Mr. Burns. We have a couple Barts, being a 5-inch Bart. But Bartman, sorry, the 5-inch Bartman. And then we have the on ice Bart, or the hockey Bart. And then finally, not even really 5-inch figures. These two actually were promoted as 2.5-inch ones, but they work so well as 5-inch ones. Yeah, Scratchy, and I'm doing these out of order, and we have Itchy. And then for the final figure, kind of anticlimactic way to end it off, we have little tiny Maggie. So yeah, that's my full Jakks specific Simpsons figure collection, not including plushes. That will be delved whatever into in the next part. So yeah, stick around for that. Hope you all enjoyed this video, even if it was kind of short. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.